And now a word from Henry Furphy in Ireland.
Would I smoke a tobacco called peanut butter? That's an interesting question. Now, I don't tend to judge tobacco by the name on the tin. I tend to judge a tobacco by the contents of the tin. So if there was a tobacco called peanut butter and it was a nice, nutty, burly blend with a bit of an earthy texture to it and a bit of a creamy texture to it, yes, I can understand it being called peanut butter. That name suits it very well. Because in the past I smoked a tobacco called Eric Nording seaweed, which is an aromatic. Not the horrible, gunky, disgusting green stuff that washes up on the beach. Although I will say they are both equally as disgusting, because Eric Nording seaweed is not a very nice tobacco. But yeah, I tend to judge a tobacco by the contents of the tin, not the name on the tin. It's very much judging a book by its cover if you do that, by just smoking a tobacco because you like the name. I've done it before and I don't like to make that mistake twice. So yeah, I definitely give a pipe of tobacco called peanut butter a wee puff in the pipe.
Wayne, would you smoke a peanut butter aromatic?
Would I smoke a peanut butter flavoured tobacco? No, I bloody wouldn't.
So hello, today we are going to do a review of Wilkes peanut butter. I'm not a aromatic smoker, and so this is a new adventure for me. I just wanted to do a survey of the American aromatics that are out there, because I really have neglected them for years and haven't really tried any. This all started because I was wanting a maple flavored aromatic tobacco, and I had read a review that had said that Wilkes Vermont maple Cavendish was one of the best maples out there, and so I wanted to give that a try. But then in the process of doing that, I came across this peanut butter. And peanut butter is one of the most unusual kind of flavors I have ever heard of in a pipe tobacco. So it sparked my interest there. And then as I started reading reviews of it, they all seemed to be favorable. But you know, in the case of Caught Blood Red Moon, lots of favorable reviews there, and I just personally don't like it. So a review doesn't always indicate if I'm going to like it or not, because you know, my tastes are different than everybody else's, and everybody else's is different than mine, and so that's just the way it is. But I have to say that as soon as I heard the word peanut butter, I just thought, man, I want to give that a try. And so that's what I did. I ordered some, as you know, I indicated in the last video, and I've sent it off to Richard, and now Richard's had a chance to try it, and I've been smoking it all week long, and we're ready to give you a review. Now, just a little backstory on Wilkes. Wilkes originally started in like 1872 in New York City.
New York City! Jake, it's time you switch brands.
And it was extremely popular in its day. They ended up making pipes. They sold tobaccos. Later, much later, they sold to another person, and that person eventually sold it to John Brandt, who is the present owner of it. I guess I better roll up my window because I may catch that wind in there. But anyway, John took it over, and I either listened to or I read. I did both, actually. I read an interview on him and I listened to an interview on him. And what was really neat in the interview was that he said that, and I've often wondered this question: if you buy like a tobacco brand, or in this case, a tobacco store, do you get their recipes for blends? And the answer was yes, they do give them these recipes. So he's got some recipes that date very far back. I don't know how far back, but he says he's got a recipe book from Wilkes, and he's in his collection of tobaccos that he offers. And I highly recommend you go over to Wilkes pipe tobacco. Just Google that. It's Wilke, and check them out, because they've got a long list of tobaccos there. And some of those tobaccos are original recipes from the old days, which I thought was kind of neat. And I want to find out which ones are and give them a try, because I'm interested to see what they taste like. I haven't done that yet. John Brandt, he also has a pipe store in Massachusetts, not under the Wilkie name. I believe it's called the Old Firehouse Smoke Shop, and it is a classic pipe shop. Beautiful. I really am afraid that when guys like John are gone, the pipe shop is going to disappear. It's really hard for the small brick and mortar places to stay in business. And so I want to encourage everyone to please frequent your brick and mortar shops, and go over there to Wilkes and give them a little support, and try out some of their tobaccos. John has excellent customer service. I had ordered mine about 3 days prior. I got up early in the morning, went to the post office, and it wasn't there when I first went there. But I went there really early in the morning, and I called him up. I got an answering machine, and to be honest, I thought, oh gosh, here it goes. Answering machine, I'm not going to get a reply back. But no, John called me back promptly, told me he had shipped it off the day that he had gotten it, and that I should have had it by that day, And so I said, well, thank you for calling me back. And I went to the post office, and it was there. It had gotten there a little bit later after I had. So that was wonderful. And then on top of that, so he didn't know that I had gotten my tobacco. A couple days later, he calls me back and he says, hey, I apologize for being so late getting back with you, but I was at a funeral, but I wanted to know if you've gotten your tobacco. And I thought, man, that is wonderful customer service right there. and I talked with him a little bit about peanut butter, pipe tobacco, and he's a wonderful guy, and he is deserving of the pipe community's support. He's been doing it a long time. This Wilkes peanut butter was created in collaboration between John Brandt and Jim Amish. And Jim is better known as Jim Inks. And you may have seen him on tobacco. If you've ever looked at tobaccoreviews.com, where they have all of the reviews down below the tobacco. Jim, he's got a lot of them there, and I'm not sure about his connection with tobaccoreviews.com. Maybe he started it. I don't know. I think he's an administrator for it. I'm just not real sure on that. But he's done a lot of reviews, and Jim has this. He's got an interesting story too. I'll post a link in this video that you can go and read about Jim, and I'll post one on John as well in this video. But Jim and John collaborated on peanut butter, and that's how peanut butter came into existence.